Lesson 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot in fact understand anything. The one wholly true thought one can hold about the past is that it is not here. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this because it is not really thinking about anything. The purpose of these exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. That's super important. We'll come back to it. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas is the first step to opening the way to vision. The exercises for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything, and it is easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you are not seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find here. Name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice period by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank. Then name each of your thoughts specifically, for example, I seem to be thinking about name of person, about name of object, about name of emotion, and so on, concluding at the end of the mind searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day, unless you find it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. This is so powerful. I just love A Course in Miracles. I kind of love how it calls you out. I kind of love how it's like, you're not seeing anything, you know? It's such a great teacher, because we tend to be really offended. It's been talking about this as we've been moving on, but like, it's just so direct. It's like, you're not seeing anything. The only thing that's really true is that the past is not here. So, this lesson is inviting us to go into the mind, to do a little bit of searching in here, and to call out the things that we are thinking. So, I seem to be thinking about this person. I seem to be thinking about this situation. I seem to be thinking about this emotion. And then it's inviting you to say, even if you're irritated with the lesson, I seem to be frustrated with A Course in Miracles. I seem to be resisting A Course in Miracles. It's saying to do this 4 or 5 times throughout the day to kind of practice this calling out of the thoughts. Because in the end, what it's asking us to practice and to realize through our practice that now is the time that matters and that the past is over. It's asking you to close your eyes, because that again affirms that even if you're closing your eyes and you're picturing somebody, you're preoccupied with your past thoughts about somebody. You're actually not seeing that person right now sitting across from you. With your eyes closed, you are bringing them up from your past recognition of that person, situation, event, the emotion, when it happened, and so forth. So that's really what I have for you today on this lesson. It's just asking you to recognize when you're not really thinking at all. The course is inviting you to go a bit deeper. Your mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, is like you're kind of cycling over here in your thinking mind, but your real thoughts are a little bit deeper. And this is a practice in differentiating the difference and into learning how to stop going default into this preoccupation we have and to be a little bit more contemplative and to tap into our higher minds more than we tap into our past thoughts, which are preoccupied and kind of cycling around. The yogis call that the wheel of suffering, which is spinning and spinning and spinning, telling ourselves the same stories. And the course is calling it out and saying, hey, your mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Let's call them what they are. Let's bring them forward. And the more that you do that, even calling out the irritation, the frustration, whatever it is, it gives your higher mind some space to actually come forward because you're now not just associated 100% with those preoccupied thoughts. You're actually, wow, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. All right. Happy practicing, guys. This one was a big one. I love this lesson. I think it's important for us to remember, as with all of the lessons, practice a degree of humility. Consider it might be true, even if you have resistance to it. It's not about being right. And the course says in the workbook introduction, we talked about this earlier, that it's okay if you don't agree. It's not about agreeing. It's about practicing and utilizing the lesson, the phrase for the day, and letting it do the job. All right.